just an impromptu, decided to go live. I'm actually making a cake for um, tomorrow, and I decided to try this 7 Up pound cake. Out of all the cakes I've made, and I made a ton of cakes, but out of all the cakes I have made, this is my first time trying trying a um it's my first time trying a 7 Up pound cake. And I was watching Kendi K all day. I was watching her channel, and um, I saw that I watched her make a 7 Up pound cake, and it was so easy. It looks so easy to do, and I am actually a baker. I just I don't bake like I used to. I used to bake all the time and bake and decorate cakes. Um, but I don't do that so much anymore. I did that gosh, it's been years. Because I kind of stopped or um, kind of cut back, and then eventually stopped when my mom was sick and she required a lot more of my attention and my care. So I stopped then, and my mom has been gone for 9 years. So uh, it's been a long time since I actually baked on a regular basis and decorated. And I made wedding cakes, I made birthday cakes, celebration cakes, just regular Sunday after dinner cakes, um, and all kinds of muffins and cupcakes and all of those things. I did all of that, but I decided that I'm gonna make this 7 Up pound cake tonight for tomorrow. Um, so and it was very, it was a very easy recipe, and it was 3 sticks of butter, 3 cups of sugar, 3 cups of flour, 5 eggs, uh, 3/4 cups of 7 Up or Sprite. I have Sprite. I didn't even try to look for 7 Up, but I have Sprite. And what else? A teaspoon of vanilla extract and a half teaspoon of lemon extract. So it's very easy, very simple to do. So hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining my live. I'm actually baking a cake. uh, a very easy pound cake, 7 Up pound cake. So I decided that I would go live while I make this cake. So thank you for joining my live, and if you would just hit that like button, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm making a 7 Up cake. Out of all the cakes I have made, I am a baker. I have never made a 7 Up pound cake. And I made tons of pound cakes. I made chocolate pound cakes. I made 5 flavor pound cakes. Um, Almond butter pound cake. But I've just never tried a 7 Up pound cake. So I'm about to do that now. So thank you all for joining my live. Your mom makes pound cakes. I think pound cakes are probably to me, I guess maybe because I'm a baker, they're the easiest cakes to make. You just put all the ingredients in, and you can put a glaze on it, or you don't have to. Um, Many of my pound cakes, I don't put a glaze on it. Anyway, hey, hit that like button when you come in for this live. I appreciate it. Okay, that's good. Awesome. Thank you for joining my live. I'm in my kitchen again. This time I'm baking a cake. Thank you for thank you uh, for liking the live. I appreciate it. I'm here baking this cake. I'm making a 7-up pound cake. I have made many cakes and have never ever made a 7-up pound cake. I've made cakes and decorated cakes. Um, I don't do that so much anymore, but I make cakes, decorated cakes, make wedding cakes and specialty cakes, cupcakes, you name it. I mean, I have done that. And I don't bake them, I don't do them so much anymore. Kind of got out of that when my mom got sick and required my care more than more. So, thank you for joining my live. Thank you for joining my live. Anybody in the live, hit that like button. I appreciate it. I'm just here making a pound cake tonight for tomorrow. Quick and easy. I think the longest part of this pound cake is baking it because it's got to bake for over an hour. But it's easy to do. All the ingredients are pretty simple. Hey, thank you all for joining my live. Hit that like button if you will. I'm in my kitchen baking a pound cake for tomorrow. It's a 7-up pound cake. Maybe even call it a Sprite pound cake because I couldn't find 7-Up, so I got Sprite. So, thank you for joining the live. Hit that like button. How was your Saturday? Mine has been busy all day. I actually printed some t-shirts again for tomorrow. And once I get this cake in the oven, I gotta go fold up those t-shirts and put them in my little welcome bags that I have for my event tomorrow. And get this done. Hey, thank you for joining the live. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm just sitting here in my kitchen baking a cake. Something I haven't done in a long time. Well, I won't say I haven't baked in a long time. But I don't bake, on a regular basis like I used to. I still bake from time to time, but nothing like I used to. I used to do wedding cakes and, birthday cakes, celebration cakes. I don't do all of that so much anymore. But I enjoy, getting in here from time to time, baking. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for joining my live. I'm in my kitchen cooking. Baking a cake, rather. Thank you, Miss Cake. And then I have some t-shirts I need to go and t-shirts I need to fold up and put in welcome bags for an event that I have tomorrow. So, thank you for stopping by this live. Okay. Hey. Thank you for stopping by my live. Hit that like button if you will. I am just here in my kitchen baking a cake. And you're baking a cake, a 7-up pound cake, something I have never made before. And all the cakes that I have made tons of cakes, tons of cakes. I have to do a video on all the cakes that I have made over the years. Hey, thank you for joining my live. Hit that like button if you will. I am just in my kitchen baking a cake and trying to get it together and put it in the oven because I have other things that I need to get done tonight for an event tomorrow. And the cake is going to take the longest to do, so I'm putting it together so I can put it in the oven and do some other things while it's baking. Got this recipe from Candy K All Day. Looked like a fairly easy recipe to do, so I thought I'd try it tonight. So Candy K, if you're watching, this is your 7-up pound cake. This is your 7-up pound cake. Put the flour in. I have done most of everything. Thank you for joining my live. I'm making a pound cake here, a 7-up pound cake. My live. Candy K All Day. Hey, I'm making your pound cake. Thank you for joining my live. Hit that like button for me. I'm making your pound cake. I told you that I was going to try it. And I will let you know how it turns out. I have an event tomorrow. And I decided to do a pound cake because for me, pound cakes are so much easier to do and quicker to do. So that's what I'm doing. Thank you so much for joining. Yep, this is your pound cake. So go see how this turns out. See how it does. I actually bake. Well, I used to. I don't bake as much as I used to. I used to bake and decorate cakes. I mean, this is years ago. Then once my mom got sick and needed more attention, I kind of backed off baking. And then when she really got sick, I stopped baking. And she passed away. And it's been 9 years since she passed away. And I really haven't gotten back into the swing of baking and decorating. So, I have had this KitchenAid mixer. Whew, I'm so grateful that I have not burned out the motor because I've had it for, gosh, I got this mixer gosh, like 3 or 4 years before my mom passed away, and she's been gone for 9 years. So I don't run it like I used to. I used to run it all, felt like all day and all night too. Um, So, and I just, just haven't gotten back into the swing of baking. But in all the cakes I have ever baked, I have never baked a 7 Up pound cake. And I've baked many, 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 many pound cakes. And my signature cake is a red velvet cake. Hey, Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle. Hey, man. Thank you for joining my live. Hit that like button if you would. Thank you so much. But yeah, my signature cake is red velvet. My kids love red velvet cake. So, I'm always making them. And that's the cake they want for their birthday every year. So, and I've actually... Yeah, I rarely bake. I have people still asking if I bake, and I'm like, I don't bake like that anymore. Most of the time, I'm just baking for my family, and when I say family, I mean my kids. When they come home, and they want a cake, my kids and my nephews. I have one nephew who loves my red velvet cake, and every time he eats red velvet cake, he measures it against mine. I'm like, wow. So, yeah. So I still bake for them, and I actually baked red velvet cakes and mailed them. Mailed one to my son when he lived in Florida, and I mailed uh, uh, another red velvet cake to my son who lives in Los Angeles. So that was a challenge, trying to see if I could do it. But I did it, and it was all in one piece. And my disclaimer is, don't get sick eating this cake. Save some of it, freeze it, but they never do. They never do. So I will let you know how this cake turns out. I am so looking forward to getting this done. I have some other things I got to do tonight, so I decided to go ahead and do this cake and get it in the oven so I can do some of the other things that I need to be doing. Woo. Wow. I really appreciate you stopping by my live, Miss Kendi K. I really do. I feel special. Thank you so much. I was saying I baked all kinds of pound cakes. I baked a chocolate pound cake. Of course, sour cream pound cake. I've done coconut pound cake. I just never had done a 7-Up pound cake. And I cannot tell you why I have not. I've done 5 flavor pound cakes. But we're doing this tonight. And honestly, when I saw yours the other night, I did not expect to do that this soon. I had planned to do it, but I hadn't expected to do it this soon. But here I am, giving it a try. I really, pretty excited about it. So got that done. I'll come back and get all this other stuff up later. Uh-oh. Oops. I'm knocking over everything over here, trying to get up, trying to get out of here. But thank you for joining my live. Oh, your allergies are acting up? Wow. What do you take for them? I had to start taking allergy medicine. I guess as you get older, that happens. Never had any allergy problems in my life. Oh, really? A pound cake business? I'm just seeing this that you have put in here. Wow, 50 gourmet flavors. Oh man, I bet those are really good. I hope you start to feel better soon. But I really, really appreciate you stopping by my live. I just feel so special. I thank everybody for joining my live. If you would just hit that like button for me. I'm in here in my kitchen again, making a pound cake, a 7-Up pound cake. Recipe I got from Miss Kendi K all day. Thank you so much, Kendi K, for that recipe. I can't wait to taste it. And I know my family is going to enjoy it. I know they are. They'll be surprised that it's not okay. Yeah. Like I said, I did some t-shirts. I don't know if you hear me say that. I did some t-shirts for my family. And I have I'm actually going to be folding those up. I do t-shirts. I do some of everything. I don't know if this is forward facing or not. But it says Smith Family 2025 Beach Retreat. So, and the guys have this color, and then the ladies have this color. So, I am about to fold those up, and I made some gift bags. Thank you. I made some gift bags for everybody. I made some gift bags for everybody, or welcome bags, and I work in marketing at my job, so I was able to get a lot of stuff from my job for marketing. So in this bag, I've got a journal, a pen. We're going to the beach, so sunscreen, little snack, little bottle of water, also a notepad from my job. And at work, we have these cute little bottle straw toppers. So I got this. And I put some lip balm in there. And some candy. Just a few pieces of candy. And so then once I fold up the shirts, I'll put the shirts in here too. So I think that's enough stuff in these bags. I just think, people really enjoy getting a bag of anything. I used to do this when we did our family reunions. So this is what I do. And so actually, we are going, I lost my brother-in-law in April. And actually his birthday would be today. And so my sister and her family, me and my family, and then our other siblings and families will meet up tomorrow. And, we'll have these shirts. And she liked, I think maybe his favorite color was like burgundy. And then she liked him in an orange color. So that's why we got these colors. So I'm looking forward to a really good time with family tomorrow. So, and that's actually what the cake is for. So usually, I I am always trying something new, especially a cake. Always trying something new for the first time to take somewhere else when I make a cake. I have done that just about every time I've done cakes. I try it for the first time and we're like, we'll see how it turns out. So, but I'm hoping it'll turn out great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, everybody loves a homemade cake. And all of my cakes, even when I was baking regularly, all of my cakes were homemade from scratch. All of my frosting, my buttercream frostings, my fondant that I used, I made all of that homemade. Regular fondant doesn't taste too good, so I used marshmallow fondant, so I made all of that. I colored everything when I made it, so I put a lot into it. Um, I love you running up my chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I made my own buttercream. I made my own um, marshmallow fondant. I think I will do a video with all of the cakes that I've made. I made safari themed cakes, and those were so much fun. It was so much fun making the little animals like the lions and the elephants. Um, that was I made all of that out of first time I did it, I made them out of fondant. The second time I did it, I made it out of oh, what's that stuff called? I hadn't baked in a long time. I can't think of what it's called. But anyway, it was a little, it dried a little harder and made the animals better. It made them hold a little bit better. Um, yeah, I don't like fondant. Um, I don't like the taste of fondant. That's why I used marshmallow fondant because at least it was a little sweet. So, but you know, as I was baking, I realized that fondant was probably just to make it look good. Nobody really eats fondant. Yep, that homemade buttercream. Yep, nothing like it. That's exactly right. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. And I just found it all so easy to do. It was time consuming, but it was so much easier to make my own buttercream fondant. I mean, not fondant, my buttercream frosting. Um, you know, coloring it. It was just time consuming doing all of that. And what I found was, you know, people really didn't they didn't really want to pay what it was worth. Because I'm gonna tell you, that's time consuming. It took me baking the cake was nothing. That took a couple hours, but you know, getting the buttercream made, getting it the exact color that you need, and making sure you make enough. Um, so, hey, let's do it yourself. Hey, thank you for joining my live. I just decided to go for it, and I'm making a cake. It's in the oven now. Um, oh yeah, you know, honestly, I have a second refrigerator. I have a second refrigerator that I did use a lot when I was baking. Now it's just here in the kitchen, and it's not that I wanted a second refrigerator. I got a new refrigerator, and I wanted to give this old refrigerator away. You know, I had it so long. It's still, you know, it still cools. It still freezes, and I didn't want to. I wasn't going to sell it to anybody because it was old, but it was good. It's a good refrigerator. Even now, it's a good refrigerator for somebody to use if they just need a refrigerator until they can get another one. Um, and I've given it away so many times, but nobody will come and get it. And I'm like, if you can come and get it, you can have it. So it's still here in my kitchen. Hey. Thank y'all so much for joining my live. You just don't know how happy it makes me. I said, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna hit that button and I'm just gonna go for it. So my cake is in the oven now, so All I'm doing right now is sitting here. I'm about to start folding these shirts to put in these bags. Um, so I did it. Yeah, I did it. I said, well, um, if nobody joins my live, it'll just be me and my cake and my t-shirts and all the stuff that I need to do tonight. So, but yeah, just getting ready for tomorrow. I tried Miss Kendi K all days 7 up pound cake, and I'm so excited about that. It's in the oven. Uh, I I never plan to live. You know, a lot of times you've seen me outside walking, um, and that's a little easier to do because then I turn the camera around and you just see where I'm walking. But I figured, when I do a live, I'm like, I don't really have anything to talk about. So, but tonight I said, you know what? I'm gonna hit this button and I'm gonna talk if it's just to me. So and now I'm about to start folding these shirts. So I hope y'all have had a great day. Oh, a blackberry cobbler. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. A good 7 Up cake. Well, I hope this one is as good as Miss Kendi K all day's cake looked. That cake looked really, really good. And it looked like it was so easy to do. And I told her in my comments that I'm gonna try this. I just I didn't realize that I would try it so soon. But I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make it tonight. Um, and when I told my sister I was making a cake, I'm sure everybody's expecting a red velvet. Not this time. Not this time. I needed something that was, easy to do and quick. So 7 Up cake it will be. 7 Up pound cake it will be. But yeah. Y'all know. Yes, I did use Baker's Joy. I had some in my cabinet. I told you I'll be baking. Not a lot, but I still bake from time to time. Not like I used to at all though. Like I said, my kids love the red velvet cake, so um, most of the time that's what I'm making. Um, my son will ask me. He wants me to make a 6-inch red velvet cake, and I do. But I say, son, I have to make the same amount of batter for a regular size cake as I do a small cake. I think he thinks as long as it's small, I don't have it won't be the same work, but it is. Yeah, I've always liked Baker's Joy. It's always done exactly what I need for it to do. My grandmother, and I still do this too sometimes. My grandmother used to um, line her pans with wax paper. So I do that too sometimes. Most of the time I just get Baker's Joy and cuz it's easier. Yeah, that's exactly. You're right. They might get me for not making a red velvet cake, but they'll eat this cake too cuz they know that my cakes are homemade. They know that I don't play. Let me tell you what happened one time. I went to visit my son when he lived in Florida for Thanksgiving one year. And he was like, Mom, can you make a red velvet cake? And I said, sure. I said, but do you want me to just get the box cakes mix, red velvet cake mix and the cream cheese frosting in the can? since he had none of the stuff that I have at my house to bake cakes, he was like, "No, I want you to make it like you make it at home." And I said, "You'll have a lot of stuff that you won't ever use again, like flour and buttermilk, and you know, it's a lot of stuff that you're not gonna use. I just want you to make it like you make it at home." And so I did. We bought all that stuff, and I made that cake, and he was happy. And of course, that was all that made me happy, was that he was happy. Yeah. When I was younger, and my grandmother used to make her cakes from scratch, but I don't remember her making a lot of cakes from scratch, because I was small, but box cake mix had come out, so, and she loved it because it cut a whole lot of steps for her. So I knew she could make homemade cakes, but most of the time, she did um, box cakes. Yeah. I also when I make pancakes, I make pancakes from scratch because I don't like box pancake mix. And I can remember some of my friends at church when my kids were little, because I made pancakes every Saturday morning, because I felt a little bad because I didn't make fresh, hot breakfast every morning for them to go to school. So I always made a hot breakfast on Saturday morning. And it was mostly pancakes from scratch. And some of the younger girls, they were like, "You're just ruining those boys. They're never gonna find anybody to make pancakes from scratch." I'm like, I don't like box pancake mix, so you know. And then they did come to me and say, when they found girlfriends, um, "You need to teach her how to make pancakes." My mom used to love breakfast for dinner. Ooh, a pineapple cake. That sounds good. Um, Now, let me tell you what started me baking. When I was in church, when I was at my home church growing up, one of my friend's mom, um, uh, once I got grown and had a family, started going back to my home church, and we went by her house one Sunday afternoon for dinner, and she was asking me, or she was talking to the boys about cake, and they were like, "No, my mom doesn't make cake." And she was like, "Your mom doesn't make cake for you?" And she went in her recipe box and found her yellow cake, chocolate frosting, and gave me that recipe. And she said, "Now you go home and make those boys a cake." And that started me baking. I came home and I made them a cake. And that started me baking. And I still have her recipe. She passed away a few years ago. But I still have her recipe. And that's the recipe I use when I make yellow cake with chocolate frosting. Is, from scratch. The frosting is from scratch using that baker's chocolate and butter. So whenever I have to make a chocolate cake with not chocolate cake, a yellow cake with yellow layered cake with chocolate frosting, I use that homemade recipe that she gave me. But that's what got started me baking. Yep, it's a classic. It's a classic. So, but yeah, I did enjoy baking. Um, I enjoyed it, but my um, my first decorated cake was for my godson, his first birthday, and so his mom was like, "Well, I'll put you in charge of the cake," and I was like, "Okay." so it was a two-tiered cake. Um, I think I used a box cake mix for that cake, but I made my own frosting, and it was a Sesame Street theme. It turned out pretty good. It turned out to be, a nice, beautiful cake. And from there, friends and other people started asking, if I would make, their birthday cakes or their kids' birthday cakes. And so just doing that, practicing, making cakes made it, I got better at it. So when I look at that first cake and then I look at the after I had done it for a few years, I was like, wow, I've come a long way. Thank you all for joining my live. Hit that like button for me, please. I'm just sitting here folding t-shirts. I have a cake in the oven, a 7-up pound cake that I got the recipe from Miss Kendi K all day. Thank you all for joining my live. Thank you, Miss Kendi K. I hope you start to feel better, Miss Kendi K. I do. Hey, Allison Map. Hey, thank you for joining my live. I really appreciate you joining my live. I'm sitting here. I baked a cake, or I'm baking a cake, and I finished putting it together a little bit ago and got it in the oven. So now I'm sitting here folding shirts, listening while eating dinner. Ooh, what do you have for dinner? That sounds good. Allison Map in the building. Hey, thank you all for joining my live. Like I said, I just decided to hit the button. Y'all make it look so easy. Yeah, so sitting here. Sitting here, folding these shirts to put in those bags. For my family event tomorrow. I thought my son was gonna come by, but apparently not. I'll see him tomorrow though. Oh, a Jamaican dish. Did you make it? Yeah. Did you make that, Allison? Yep. I've been running around all day trying to get stuff squared away for this thing tomorrow. And got my cake in the oven because I knew it was gonna take at least an hour for it to bake. A little more than an hour. Oh, your husband cooked. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I just decided, since I had this to do. Oops. I'm sorry, y'all. Hit my little. Sorry about that. Oh, wow. You never learn. Now, that's the one thing I didn't get from my grandmother. I think I just kind of inherited baking from her, but I was so much younger than my sisters and brothers that I didn't get the opportunity to learn to cook from her. I wish I had. Because I can bake, but my cooking skills, I mean, I'm grateful my kids grew up. They were healthy. They didn't starve and hey Casey, Inspirational Tales. Thank you for joining my live. Thank you for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I made my pancakes from scratch. And that's, like I said, because I don't like box pancake mix. I think the closest that I'll get to box pancake mix is Bisquick. And that's usually if I'm traveling or, like we go to the beach or something and I want to make pancakes, I'll use Bisquick. But most of the time, it's, you know, flour and the buttermilk and all of that. And my kids, of course, that's the way they grew up, and they absolutely love them. Um, I don't make them so much anymore because they're grown. So every now and then I'll make some pancakes. It's good. I'm glad you came by. Thank you. I hope you hit that like button. It's just an impromptu. I just decided to hit the button and go live. I think about it all the time, but then I talk myself out of it. But tonight I said, nope, that's what we're gonna do. We'll do it and see how it goes. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I did these shirts for my family. I don't know if this is backwards. I don't know. I hope you can read it. But I did these shirts for my family, and this burgundy color is for the guys, and this orange color is for the girls. So we'll get together tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Candy K. God's been on the phone. uh, well, it's not my first live, but it is my first live that I've actually been on this long. Usually I'm trying to get off if I'm doing a live or I'm outside walking. So yeah, you're right. I'll never know until I try. I've talked myself out of it many times. Yeah, usually I'm out walking when I do my live, me and my little trusty sidekick Sophie, and Sophie is out of town. I went out of town last week, and going out of town tomorrow, so I couldn't take her with me. So a friend of mine is keeping her, and when I tell you I miss that little dog, whew, I didn't think I would, but I'll be glad to see her next weekend. But yeah, usually me and my little trusty sidekick Sophie, we're outside walking when I've done lives before. So this is, I just decided to just go for it tonight. I said I'll either, Kenny K, I see you low key trying. Yep. I do, but I am so enjoying having you all here. I know the last live I did when I made pancakes, Miss Gina, what's her name? Heartily Happy. She kept saying stuff. She kept trying to keep me on the line for as long as she could. But I appreciate it. But I'm gonna sit here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna fold these t-shirts and probably stuff them in the bags. I'm gonna have to get out of my own head and get out of I'm out of my comfort zone. So, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, Novelty Queens, thank you for joining my live. Yes. Yeah, I made the t-shirts for my family. And I made cute little gift bags I was showing a little bit earlier, that I have stuff with all kinds of goodies, and I'll put the t-shirts in there. Um, and hey, you are supporting me. Fold and refold. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, y'all. This is making me happy. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I am sitting here folding these t-shirts up. Got some clothes in the washer. Got my cake in the oven. And that's about it. I don't have my little trusty sidekick here because she's out of town, but it's just me. And thank y'all because y'all are so much company. Oh, this shirt. Oh, you know what? This is a Christmas house dress. It's a Christmas house dress. And I just decided to put it on because I was doing some laundry. I said, well, let me just put this on. I won't ever wear it anywhere. It's just a house dress. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. Right. The men have this burgundy color, and the women have this orange color. It's supposed to be peach, but this was the closest I could find to peach in t-shirts. Um, so I lost my brother-in-law in April, and actually today is his birthday, and we're all getting together tomorrow. My sister and her family, and me and my family, and our other siblings. We're getting together tomorrow uh, at the beach, and so I did these t-shirts, and the burgundy is the color was his favorite color, and I think that peach was the color that she liked seeing him in. So, um, so that's why these we got these colors. They're not beach colors, but this is what she wanted, and I like it. So, um, yeah, I lost him in April. They had been married 55 years, so that was a that was a hard one. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's been rough. They live in Ohio. I'm in North Carolina, so it's just been hard being here uh, and not right there with her. I was there with her for a few weeks. Um, got there the day he passed away, and then I was there for a few weeks with her after that. So the hardest thing was coming home. So, but and then I went back for Father's Day. Um, so I'm pretty excited to see everybody this week. Tomorrow, we'll be together for the whole week. So yeah. So I'm sitting here folding these clothes. But thank you so much for your condolences. I really, really appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you, Casey Inspirational Tales. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you, Novelty Queens. Thank you. Yeah, so I did about 20 shirts. It's my sister, her family, me and my family. Well, my oldest son won't be able to be there. He lives in California, so he won't be there. But my son that lives here will be there, and then our siblings and their families will get together. It's 5 of us, and I'm the youngest of 5. So we'll get together, have a good time. Looking forward to it. Butler. Where in North Carolina? Novelty Queens. What part of North Carolina? Oh, you live in Britain. Okay. Yep, North Carolina's home for me. Oh, Charlotte. Okay, yeah. That's where Sophie is. That's where my little Sophie is. She's with a friend in Charlotte. So my son doesn't know it yet, but I think we're gonna drive back through there to pick her up. I'm in Raleigh. He doesn't know it yet. um, it's either that or I'll, as soon as we get back, I'll have to go the next day to pick her up. So, oh wow. And you're a driver. Okay. Road trip. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna pose it to my son that let's go through there and pick her up so that I won't have to go back the next day. But we'll see. Oh wow, your driver's cranky. Probably because he got to drive in tight. Okay. Manchester from Ski Skeetness? I don't know what that is. Yeah, so yeah, my son doesn't. He'll probably be all right with it though. Yeah, thank y'all for joining my live. This is the longest I've ever done a live. It's like 58 minutes. I've never done a live that long, even walking. Uh, so how has everybody's Saturday been? uh, yeah, this is the first time I've done it this long. Yeah, I've been running around all day trying to get stuff. Yeah. Once you have good company, time does fly. You're right. I know when I'm out walking, and I'm only planning to walk, one and a half miles. I'll be walking and talking, and then I realize, I've walked 2.5 miles. Now that's good because I need it. Oh, okay. I had to deliver goods to trains and 3 passengers on Saturday. Okay. Um, so you did some house tours? That's cool. I will keep talking. I will. What did I do today? Oh, I had a bunch of running to do. Um, so I did a whole bunch of running earlier. Uh, and went to the grocery. I know I went to the grocery store like 3 times. Because I went to the grocery store earlier and got everything I needed that I felt like I needed. And then it was later on when I decided to make this cake. And so when I, you know, checked my inventory, I didn't have, um, I didn't have eggs, which I really hadn't bought because I knew I was leaving to go. I hadn't done any grocery shopping because I knew I was leaving to go be with my family. So I had to go buy eggs. I bought 6 eggs for this cake, but I only used 5, Miss Candy K. I only used 5. I know you said you could use 6, but I said I'm gonna do it like you did yours. Um, so when I, looked in my refrigerator, I didn't have butter. Well, I did have butter, but I didn't have like 3 sticks. Um, and and I had to get the Sprite. So I had to go back out to the grocery store again. Um, my sister ordered a meal from Honey Baked Ham. And so I had to pick that up. So I had to go. Almost forgot that, and I had to go back out to get that. So I've been running around all day. Came in. One of my coworkers had ordered some shirts for work. So yesterday, and so I went out and got the shirts that I could, because usually I order my t-shirts. Um, but I went out and got the colors that I could, and um, did those t-shirts. Took them over to my job and put them in the inner office mail. so, so yeah, the cake is for tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, only 5 eggs. She said you can put 6 eggs in it. If you use 6 eggs, the cake will be a little bit more dense. So, and usually the first time, I'm always doing, the recipe as it is the first time. But I think 5 eggs will be plenty. I think 5 eggs will be plenty. I make another pound cake that uses 5 eggs. I have actually made a pound cake that uses 10 eggs. Now that's a heavy cake. Yeah, I've done a pound cake that used 10 eggs. I think I only made that like once or twice. Wish you had some cake. Oh, you hungry from that? Yeah, I had a very, very busy day. Most of my days are not quite this busy and all this running, but I knew we were, about to go tomorrow. So now I have to, put these shirts in the bag. I got them all. I got them all folded. They're all folded like that. So, um, oh, I was showing Miss Kenny K. Yeah, 10 eggs. I got a recipe for um, pound cake that uses 10 eggs. Yep, yep. That's vinyl. Yes, it is. Um, and since I was doing these, I definitely want to keep it simple and one color. So, um, I do have um, a printer and some sublimation ink, but I haven't used it yet. I haven't tried it out yet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, try to keep the design as simple as I could, and um, but still look good. So, but yeah, I have a printer that uses sublimation ink, but I haven't used it. Hmm. Okay. So I'm not real sure about sublimation. It's what I want to do, and I just bought like an Epson printer with and I bought sublimation ink. I haven't even opened the box. I haven't even taken it out of the box because I really need some time where I can sit down and do it right. Um, and I'll need to look at some videos to make sure I do it right. Because I really like to use more color. With vinyl, I mean, you can layer it, but um, yep, I got hippo paper, I got hippo sublimation ink, and I've got a few polyester t-shirts that I bought just for Yeah, I was getting a call. That was my son calling. He'll probably call right back. But I don't, now that I'm on this live, I don't want to get off. uh, uh, but do you have tutorials for sublimation? Uh, doing sublimation? Yeah, now that I'm on the live, I don't want to hang up. Oh gosh, yeah. He'll probably call back because you know you know how it is. If I call him, he don't answer. You know, he busy. If he call me and I don't answer, then he's sending everybody over here to look to see what's going on with me. Um, but yeah, I want to do sublimation because I want to do colors, different colors. I mean, you could layer um the vinyl. I layered vinyl when I made my Juneteenth shirt. I layered it with the yellow, the green, and the red. And I made another shirt that I layered the vinyl. Good morning, Prince. Thanks for joining. But yeah, so I do. I'm always doing something. Uh-oh. Okay. My thing went out. I'm doing well. I hope you are. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm doing well. I hope you are. Let me check on my cake. All right, it's looking good. It's looking good. My oh, here we go. All right. So what am I up to? I'm actually I just finished folding some shirts that I made, and I have a cake in the oven that I'm baking. So right now I'm just sitting here chit chatting. And my I have a gimbal, and it went out, so I had to go get a stand for my phone. What are you up to, Prince? But yeah, I'll have to call my son back in a few minutes. Otherwise, I don't know whether he's coming over here. He may come over here. I don't know. Busy with your phone. Okay. Oh, really? Whenever I'm ready to do sublimation, do it on live? Okay, that way you can help. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I understand that. I can do that. I can do that. Um, all right. Yeah, I just, I haven't even, like I said, I haven't even messed with it because I want to make sure that I can be focused and have enough time to to do what I need to do and do it right. Um, so, but yeah, vinyl. I've done tons of vinyl shirts, and I was saying today I want to get another. Oh, you can't do tutorials on it? Hey, Hardly Happy. Hey, Miss Gina. Hey, you see I'm on live. You see I'm on live, and I've been on here for 71 minutes. Can you believe that, Miss Gina? Thank you for joining my live. Thank you for joining my live, Prince. Hit that like button if you will. I appreciate it. I actually started when I was making my cake. I'm making a cake, and got about 30 minutes for it. Yeah, I got a recipe from Miss Kendi K all day, and it's a seven up pound cake. I'm making it for my family tomorrow, and I decided that I was gonna make it and go live while I was making it, and so I did, and I have been talking ever since. Uh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, you been watching movies. What you watching? What movies you watching? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Looking amazing. Oh, oh, that's the one with Michael B. Jordan. Is that right? Is it scary? I'm not a scary movie person, so I think my son was talking about it, and I think he said it was. I think he said it was scary. So yeah, I won't be watching that one. I don't do scary movies. So, but I heard it was good. Now, my oldest son is a movie buff. Yeah, yeah, he did tell me it was vampires. And let me tell you what I did one time back in the day. My kids were young when what's that movie? Vampire movie. Um, Blade. Blade was out, and it was uh uh gosh, I can't think of nothing now. But anyway, I wanted to go see that movie Blade because Wesley Snipes, he was Blade, and all the advertisements or just seeing him, I was like, oh, he looks so good. And so I took my kids to see Blade, my boys, and we get in there. The very first scene. Oh, you don't like scary movies either? Okay. We went to Blade and we got in there, and I'm sitting there. And the very first scene, they're in this dance club and they're, dancing, and then all of a sudden, some liquid starts dropping out from the ceiling, and it was blood. And I was like, "What in the world?" I was like, "What is going on here?" And my son, he was like, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, Blade is a vampire slayer. Vampire slayer." I'm like, "What?" If I had known that, I wouldn't have ever gone to see Blade. But we stayed in it. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I just went to see Wesley Snipes because I thought he looked so good. But we stayed, and my sons knew that. They knew what the movie was about. They knew it was about a vampire, but they never said anything to me because they knew if they had told me that we wouldn't have gone to see it. So I'm like, y'all knew this? They're like, yeah. Everybody know Blade's a vampire slayer. I'm like, I didn't know that. So yeah, I'm just sitting here waiting for this Kirk. But you said that's not scary. Sinners isn't scary. I know he, didn't he play two parts? Yeah, we did have some good eye candies. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh yeah, sure did. Hello, hello. Blade was eye candy and Michael is. Yes, he is. Yeah, I see a lot of these movies and these handsome men, and I'll be like, could be my son. Now, the one person that I just love, I just absolutely love him. Um, and it was Michael Ealy. He is so fine to me. He is so. And Denzel, yeah, Denzel. Mm-hmm. Yep. So is that what other movie did you watch, Miss G? I love Denzel too. I went to see that third Equalizer movie. That was good. Um, who is Denzel? You don't know Denzel? That third Equalizer movie. Yeah, that was a good movie. You know, even though he has gotten older, he was still look good and still powerful. What is Equalizer? That's a movie. Now I watch Equalizer with Queen Latifah. I like that. I like that series. I never saw Training Day. I never saw Training Day. I know I hear a lot of quotes from Training Day, that Denzel said, but I never saw Training Day. Um, the Beekeeper. I haven't seen that. Somebody was telling me about that movie earlier this week. Yeah, somebody was telling me about that movie and said you should watch it. Maybe I should now. Oh, what is that? The only movie you watch, Miss G? Sinners today? Oh, you've seen The Beekeeper? Okay. Yeah, somebody else mentioned it to me earlier, and they said they think I would like it, so I'm gonna have to go watch it. My like I was saying, my oldest son is a movie buff. I know he goes to the movies 3, 4, 5 times a week. What film do you hate, CJ? I think my son went to see the new Superman movie, Misty Island Rescue. I've never heard of that. But yeah, my oldest son, he's a movie buff. He goes to the movies. I mean, he likes all kinds of movies, all movies. Foreign films. He loves subtitle films. And I told you, Miss G, he's a filmmaker. So whenever I want to know if a movie is good or not, I'll ask him because I know he's seen it, and he'll be honest at critiquing it. Sometimes he get a little too detailed in his critiques or too above me. I'm just like, I just want to know, is it good? Do I need to watch it? I want to say he said the new Superman movie was pretty good. They like movies in with like trains in it, like Back to the Future. Okay, 3, Back to the Future 3. So, I'm a scared person. I like action movies. I like comedies. Rom-coms. I love rom-coms. Um, and, at Christmas time, I do like watching Hallmark movies. I mean, they're all the same, but, just different people, same plot. Yeah, he is good, with reviews. Um, he'll review a movie and he just loves movies. Um, he's always quoting something from a movie and I'm like, what is that from? Can't beat friends though. Did I watch Medea? Do I watch Medea? Like Tyler Perry movies? Yes. Yeah, I like Tyler Perry movies, and I watch some of his shows too. Sometimes some of the shows I got to get past the bad acting, but I do like, I will watch them. Now, right now, I watch Sisters, I watch Zatima. Um, I do like those two shows. And there's another one. Am I watching another one? I don't think so. But yeah, I'll watch this. I'll watch those movies. You do like a bit of Britain Got Talent. I have seen maybe one episode of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, thank y'all for hanging with me in this live. Let's see, I done broke a record, girl. I've been on here for 83 minutes. Mm-mm. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for my cake um to finish cooking. Now you count down. um, but yeah, I as far as movies, I like romantic comedies. Um, uh, other comedy, just comedies, not comedies that's too silly and stuff like that. But most of the time, when I sit down to watch a movie, I will fall asleep. I try not to, but I do sometimes. Yeah. It used to be, I would have my kids. I was asking my kids, I was like, let's watch a movie, let's watch this. And they're like, you just gonna fall asleep. And so fast forward to them being grown, um, their girlfriends, well, now my oldest son has a wife and she's always, like, he always falls asleep. Every time we start to watch a movie, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And my youngest one, his girlfriend is like, um, as soon as we start watching it, he'll fall asleep. I'm like, okay, all right. Oh wow, 2:33 in the morning. You got to get ready for flying Kipper. I'm going to be here, not just typing. Well, thank you so much for joining my live, CJ. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. 2:33 in the morning. You might need to get some sleep. Thank you again. Thank you though. Appreciate you joining. You find Tyler Perry's movies to be predictable. Is that what you're saying? Good night, CJ. Thank you, thank you. Well, I appreciate you doing it. I appreciate you stopping by and joining my live and giving me good conversation. I appreciate it. Um, just just movies and new movies in general. Yeah, I can see that. Back in the day, right? You're right. They don't make them as good as they used to. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll do another live. I'll be back. Yeah, usually my lives is when I'm walking around. Hi, thank you for joining my live, Gil. I appreciate it. Please hit that like button. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, they don't make them as good as they used to, though. You're right. And now with all this AI, I wonder what's gonna happen. My son was concerned that, I mean, now you can use AI to make a movie. And you know what? I didn't see Alex Jones' movie. I did not see that. I did not see the Alex Jones movies. Let me go over here and check on my cake again. I hope I don't drop this phone. Let me do this. Oh, the kipper isn't on today. Yes, okay. Y'all, that was my son calling me again. So you saw Alex Jones, Miss G? Yeah, he wants to check on me. I'm texting him now. Yeah, but I'm on a roll. I ain't ready to get off yet. Cause Miss G know that I will get off. Don't you know that, Miss G? As I should. uh, I told him I would call him shortly, so he's okay. He's okay. I told him I was on live on YouTube. He said okay. Keep it going. Yes, yes. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to keep it going. I'm trying to keep it going because Miss G, I'll cut it short. Is that the only movie you watched today, Miss G Sinners? Or did you watch another one? Push those limits. Yeah, because I'm completely out of my comfort zone here. Thank you. Thank you. I folded up my shirts, um, and my cake is in the oven. But let me show you. I don't know if you saw. I did some. Oh, you watched? No, you just say you watched a little bit of Superman. I did some gift bags or some welcome bags for my family. Let me show you what I did. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So I did these little welcome bags with put stuff in it, and I'm gonna put the t-shirts in here too. I work in the marketing department at my job, so I got some stuff from marketing. So I put a journal, bottle of water, a little notepad from my job, one of our pens. So since we'll be at the beach, I put some what do you call this? Suntan lotion, lip balm. And at work, we also have these little straw toppers and some snacks. Just a few pieces of candy. So, you know, everybody likes to get a little goodie bag. So I did all of these, and I'll put everybody's t-shirt in it. Then I gotta go print out some stickers to put on the bags. So yep, so sunscreen, yeah. Did I say, what did I say? Suntan lotion, sunscreen, that's right. Thank you. Oh, did I show y'all? I didn't see it. What did I do with it? There is a little thing of it wasn't in that one. Hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer. It's a spray thing of hand sanitizer. It's also in there as well. So yeah, I put all those together. I'm pretty excited about getting together tomorrow. Goldfish is it's like a cracker, and they're shaped like little fish, and they are color of goldfish. So it's a cracker. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I did, did those bags earlier. The shirts, I cut out the design. I cut those out like earlier in the week, and I pressed them all on the shirts last night. And I did all the bags today in between my running. So now finish up this cake. and actually pack my bag because I haven't done that. So, but yeah. How long did it take me to press the shirts? Actually, a couple hours. My my heat press machine, I got it a few years ago, and it's only like a 10. It's like a 10 by 10, 10 by 11. It's very small. Um, to weed, and so I cut them out earlier in the week and weeded them, and then I had them laying all over my couch in the living room. I only did 20 shirts, so I had them laying all over the living room because that was the most time consuming part of it, was cutting them out and weeding them. No, it's not a 10 by 15. I want a 15 by 15. It's small. I think it's like a, I don't know, but it's not nothing anywhere close to a 15. Yeah, and actually um my design was a little bit bigger than, what I had to press it on, so I had to press it, two different places. And but my goal is to get a 15 by 15. I want a bigger one. Yeah, it is small. But yeah, it was more time consuming to cut them out and weed them. Um, so I did that earlier in the week, and I did that earlier in the week with all intentions of going ahead and pressing them out before yesterday, but I didn't. I didn't press them till last night. Got them all pressed out, uh, and it all turned out great. I didn't have to redo anything. So yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I've done teacher. I got a silhouette Cameo 3, and I've had it for, gosh, 3 or 4 years. I know I've had it for maybe at least 5 years. In the first year, um, oh gosh, when I first got it, me and my god kid's mother, it took us all night to print, to press or cut one design. It took us all night. You talk about messing up vinyl. I messed up. So all the little vinyl that came with the bundle of vinyl that came with it, oh, I messed it up. Just trying to get one or two things done. And then, I would just let it sit there, and I was like, I don't feel like trying to learn this thing. And then one year I was like, you know what? I've got this machine. I am going to work on it until I get it. And I did. I said, I'm just gonna work on it until I get it. Yeah, I wanted you hear Cricut all the time. People use Cricuts all the time, but um I wanted I wanted something different. So I got the silhouette, and I love it. I actually love it. I actually love that silhouette machine. Um so CJ, you're painting custom train, like a model train? You don't like the Cricut? Do you have the big Cricut? Um, what I don't like about the Cricut, I guess, is the little heat press that comes with it. The one you pick up. I mean, it might be a little bit more convenient, but I don't know. Because to me, I don't feel like you would get um an even press. It's like using an iron. Hey, Jamal. Hey, thank you for joining my live. I appreciate it. Uh-oh, I need to plug my phone up, y'all. Cause it's in the red, and I don't want this thing to turn off while I'm on my live. Got it going good here. Oh, you have to buy it separately. Oh, okay. I don't. For me, it just feels like um, it wouldn't get an even press, and it just could probably be the operator. So, it doesn't provide enough pressure. Yeah, that would be, that would definitely be me. Um, so, oh, I did. My godson played football. He just graduated from high school. He played football, and his mom. We are always doing something. So she saw these footballs that had a photo of I guess the football player on it. So she wanted to do that. She's like, "You think you can do that?" And I'm gonna always say yes. Because I love a challenge and I'll try it. Let me show you what it looked like. So we did my godson's on a regulation size football. But, after I told her yes, I could do it, I was like, I need to at least try it. So I went to Five Below and bought a football, just a regular football. And so this is this is what I did. My son was a football player, so I took one of his photos and just to see if I could do it. And this ball, of course, is a rubber ball, but it worked. Regulation size football, I think, is leather. I mean, I'll put his initials on the back, but but I was like, yeah, I can do that. And it was fun. We did 15 balls. We did the whole football team. So, and what we had to do was, I forgot the kind of paper we had to use, but we had to use like a heat gun. Tell you the truth, my fingertips. Although we bought gloves, but that was it was a challenge, and it was fun to do. I showed this to my son. He was like, "Where'd you get that from?" I'm like, "I made this." So, but yeah, she's always calling. You think you can do such? I'm like, yeah. And then I have to research it and find a bunch of YouTube video tutorials of how to do it, and then we'll give it a shot. We'll try it. So. Thank you, thank you. Yep, I made it. I made it. And the thing about it is, when she decided to do it, it was like a week and a half before, maybe 2 weeks before homecoming, which means I didn't have a lot of time to play around. You can't. Oh, this printing money. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and we, like I said, we did it for. I take that back. We didn't do it for the whole football team. We did it for the seniors that played on the football team. Now, once because she bought everything and it was gifted to the seniors. Um, and then for anybody else that wanted one, she told them how much it would cost. But as far as I know, I don't know if she got any orders. CJ, thank you, thank you, thank you. You found the best thing ever. I appreciate y'all being here. I really do. So, but yeah, like she's always calling me most of the time at the last minute. Can we do this? Can we do that? And I'm, always gonna say yes. We did some um, wine glasses one time for Mother's Day that had the word mom on it. You think I'm good at this? I don't know. I mean, I am enjoying it. I am in good company. I am truly in good company, and I really appreciate y'all for being here. I appreciate you all. Thank you, CJ. Something that I completed that I found extremely difficult. Now, are you talking about something that I made? Because I can tell you what I completed that I found extremely difficult was going back to school. Oh, crafting. Okay. Um, Something that I completed. Honestly, it might have been this football because because in doing this, we had to stretch it, heat it up and stretch it so that it would be so it wouldn't have any wrinkles in it. So, and even, like this was just mine because I was just trying to do it. So even, these rough edges down here, we had to make sure that they weren't on the other footballs, the actual footballs that we did. Like I said, this is mine. Um, but I think this would probably be a difficult um it was extremely difficult because we had to heat it and stretch it so that it didn't break the paper or yeah, it didn't break the paper, but it didn't have any wrinkles in it, and cutting these little places out here too. So yeah, this was extremely difficult to do for me. And for me it was like it was my first time doing this, but yet I'm having to do this for somebody else. Um, and in a short amount of time. Yeah, thank y'all for being so kind and hanging out with me. Uh, and I think with this football, if I had had more time to, you know, work with it to get it right. I mean, they all look really good, but it was very time consuming. And at that time, I was coming down with a cold. Whew. I felt so bad having to sit in there all day and, take the photos that they gave, um, take the photos that the guys provided that they wanted on their football. I had to take the background out and put in another background in that was, pretty much kind of solid or just some sparkles and stuff like that. But, and I felt horrible. But, you know, these things have been promised to those guys, so I had to suck it up and work sick. But like I said, you know, we only had um, a few days basically, because it was like 2 weeks. Oh my God, a spider. Oh jeez. What do you do? Where's the spider? What is it doing? Oh my Lord. Now that I mentioned going back to school. um, you said your driver wasn't there and you see a spider. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Is it a big spider, a little spider? Maybe you could just guide it out the door. um, yeah, I went back to school. It was big. Oh my God. Mm. Might have to get a broom and sweep it out. Yeah, I went back to school, finished in 2023 with an associate degree in advertising and graphic design. um, yeah, after my mom passed away, I'm always doing something. I'm always doing something. So after my mom passed away, um, after she passed away, you know, and I was here, I needed something to do. So I decided to go back to school because I'm always taking classes. I love to take a class. I'm just a lifelong learner. Um, so I decided to go back to school. So then I tried to decide what I wanted to do, and I didn't want to do anything in my field of work, which is healthcare, because I've said that once I want to do something that I enjoy doing. Once I retire, maybe I can you know do it. So I decided to do advertising and graphic design. Um, it was it was it was it was challenging because here I am like in my 60s and deciding to go back to school. Not used to having to uh, be disciplined to do anything like studying, and it was online. My whole curriculum was online from community college here, and I couldn't quit once I started because that was one thing I told my kids. Don't quit. Keep going. Do whatever it is you need to do to get through. So all the many times that I wanted to quit after I started, I couldn't. I had to keep pushing through. I worked full time, and then I went to school part time. I took 2 classes per semester. It seemed like it took me forever to graduate. And I did finally graduate. And I'm glad I didn't quit. And my kids were very supportive. Um, they were very supportive. But yeah, that was extremely difficult to me. Thank you. Yeah, that was extremely difficult. Because, I mean, all my adult life, I didn't have to do any kind of discipline to study or um, at night, I could do what I wanted to, or go to bed, or go to sleep, or watch TV. But once I went back to school, I don't know why I did that. Once I went back to school, I had to set aside time to, I I had to study, I had to design stuff, and that was a challenge. But I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't quit. And when it came time to graduate, I was so excited. You know. So you about to head out to edit a video. Look at you. So proud of you for doing lives regularly. I will do lives regularly now. I mean, because we've been on here for 117 minutes. That's a long time. That's a long time for me. But thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I'll do another one again, and maybe I'll get to the point where I'll even start announcing that I'm doing a live. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Get plenty of rest, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, Miss G. So yeah, that was hard for me because I knew I didn't let my I'll post upcoming lives. But yeah, so I finished and I was excited about it, and I had said before, I don't know if you heard me say Novelty Queens. I don't know if you heard me say that both my sons are professional filmmakers. And I actually just told them about my YouTube channel. I hope that spider goes away too. Gosh. Yeah. My oldest son is self-taught, and he's had a couple movies that were in film festivals. I don't like spiders either. I'm not really afraid of them, but they startle me when I see them, so I don't like that. That makes me mad. But yeah, my oldest son is self-taught. My youngest son has a master's degree in film production, so yeah, at least you're not in Australia. Yeah, spiders there, I think, are poisonous, venomous, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I just told them about my YouTube channel because I kind of felt like, oh man, they're gonna be critiquing my videos. I'm not a professional like they are, but they're very supportive. They are very supportive. And you know, whatever I ask them, they'll give me tips and tell me what I should do. I know that one time I did a video just, you know, just playing around, but not to go on YouTube or anything. And my youngest son, I mean, he just kind of almost picked it apart. He was like, "You don't need this much." You know, they already know when they see what you're doing. They know what you're doing. You don't have to have the whole, the whole thing of whatever it is you're doing. I'm like, okay, all right. And then when the pandemic happened, he didn't have anything to do. He was bored. He and his girlfriend, and they made a movie. They made a short movie. It was called The Guest, and it was more of a thriller. Um, and it was so nice. I told him, I said, you really should um, uh, submit this to some type of film festival. It was just something that he said we didn't have anything else to do. So, bye, CJ. You gone? Okay. Thank you so much for joining my live, CJ. And I hope that spider goes away or moves on. Um, but I appreciate you coming to my live and hope to see you at the next one that I have. Thank you so much. Yeah. Maybe run that train fast enough that spider will fly off. Thank you, thank you. Novelty Queens, are you still here? I think I'm about to, okay, I think I might, another 10 minutes maybe I'll, bye, CJ. Thank you so much. Another 10 minutes I'll probably log out so that I can put these shirts in the bag, pack my bag. Um, okay, all right. Pack my bag. So I hope to see you again too. Bye bye. Thank you, CJ. But so I can pack my bag while this cake cools off and um take a shower and lay down for a few minutes. I don't know what time we're leaving tomorrow. Um, but I know it won't be before like 10 o'clock. So what I don't get done tonight, I can get done in the morning. What kind of dog do you have, Novelty Queens? When you get back. I know you had to go take the dog out. Mm. Is it a big dog? Oh, a Shih Tzu? A Shih Tzu? Okay, a Shih Tzu. Oh, okay. Okay. How old is the dog? Oh, 3 years old. My Sophie is 2. She's 2 years old. Hmm. Is yours male or female? Oh, okay. All right. All right. Yeah. I had a before I got Sophie, I had a West Highland Terrier Poodle mix. He thinks he's the boss. Of course he does. He is the boss. I had a West Highland Terrier Poodle mix, and she lived to be 17 before I had to put her down. She was old. She had cataracts, so she didn't see well. Her hearing had gone, and she had dementia. So, I had to make the decision. I kept hoping that she would go on her own and I wouldn't have to make that decision, but I did. I had to make the decision. And so I waited 3 years before I got Sophie. And I was like, Lord, what in the world was I thinking when I got Sophie? Because I was like 60, 61 years old. And Sophie, I got Sophie when she was 6 weeks old. Man, whew. Now that's when I felt old, when I had to get down on the floor to play with her and start a routine, establish a routine with her. Getting up every morning at 6 o'clock to go out. After that first week, we went out. I got her on a Sunday. So we did this, got up every morning at 6 o'clock, go outside, come in, feed her, go outside again, come back in, play with her to tie her out so she would go to sleep. Man, by that Saturday, we got up, went out, came in, and she ate. We went out again, and I was like, Sophie, we got to go to sleep. We got to go back to bed. And she got back in her bed, and she didn't cry. But, whew, I was like, what was I thinking to get a puppy? But, it was the best decision I ever made because she is so much company. She is so, it's just the best decision I've ever made. And now she's in Charlotte and has been in Charlotte since it was a week Wednesday. And I won't pick her up until next Friday. I miss her so. Oh, I miss her so. But she's so complete opposite of my other dog. My other dog's name was Sugar. And Sugar was more of a diva. She had a lot of attitude. Ugh. She wasn't very social. She didn't care for other dogs. I don't even think she thought she was a dog. I don't even think she knew she was a dog. Um, she didn't care for other dogs. When I used to take her to the kennel, when I would board her, they would, the first time I boarded her, they sent me a message, or when I got back, they had a message and said, we think Sugar needs to have individual playtime because she doesn't get along with other dogs. So now Sophie is the total opposite. And Sugar was she was a diva dog, so, I like, my favorite color is pink. I love bling. So Sugar had the bling collars, the bling pink collar, the bling leash, and all of that. Sophie is straight up tomboy. She is straight up tomboy. I was looking for collars and stuff for her, and I was looking at the bling, and I looked at her. I'm like, this is so not you. So I just bought her a black collar. She didn't care. She did not even care. Because she went already. All right. Well, yeah, Sugar was blinged out. She was blinged out. Yes, and she was, she just had a lot of attitude. But Sophie is so playful. She loves to play. She loves people. She loves to play with other dogs. And every now and then, I consider getting another dog just for her to have someone to play with. But I'm like, no. I think about it very quickly, and then I don't. So, well, I think I'm going to end this live now. I really appreciate you stopping by my live. Yes, I really appreciate it. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this cake out and put my stuff in the dryer. Go ahead and put stuff in my bag and clean up this kitchen and call it a night. I called my son back. I gotta call him back in a few minutes. So, but thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. You have a great night, and I'll see you another time, and maybe I'll catch you live. And when I do another live, please join me. Okay. All right. All right. Do that. Have a good night. I'll talk to you soon.